No me complico, ¿cómo te explico? Que a mí me gusta pasarla rico. ¿Cómo te explico? No me complico, a mí me gusta pasarla rico.
Hey guys, welcome to Self Made. It's your host Andres,
I'm Nash.
and Akim couldn't be with us today. He's away on a little family trip. We hope to have him soon in the upcoming episodes. But today's topic is how do we feel about our partner having friends of the opposite gender? How do you feel, Nash?
I think it should be okay. Um, it just doesn't mean that you even though you're in a relationship, it shouldn't stop you from having friends. Like there's some set boundaries in between that where they can't if they do something that bothers you or something that your partner doesn't like, then you can have a mature conversation about it and go from there.
No, I agree. I also feel the fact about like with what you said. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long as you have that line of respect. But also in terms of like how I feel about it is like I'm okay if my girl has like friends with the opposite gender
Hmm.
as long as I know them and they know me.
Yeah.
Same thing with myself. If I have female friends, as long as my girl knows them and she feels okay around them and she feels okay with them, then I respect that. If she doesn't, then obviously that's something that we need to talk about. There's also the question of if you do have friends of the opposite gender, how would you feel about your partner hanging out with them alone?
Yeah, I would it bring conflict into the relationship based on your friendship with the opposite gender?
Yeah, like basically the thing is that it's different though because the thing is that if you've been friends with somebody longer than like say for example you grew up with this person, right? So it's different. But say you just like you recently have like a female friend and like your girlfriend knows her and she thinks she's nice and whatnot, but then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with her on this day, and then she says, and then you go like, and your girl will ask, it's just you two alone, and say she's not okay with that. How would you feel?
Well, I would have to talk to her about it and reassure her that there's nothing going on. There's never been anything that's happened in the past before, and that there's no need to worry about it if I've known that person for years. Even if so, I would never let it go that far to the point where I would do something I'm not supposed to do. And if she doesn't trust me, then that's another conversation that we'd have to have.
And what if she tells you that she's not like she hears what you're saying, like she understands your point, like it's a good, like it's not a fight, it's a conversation, but she tells you like she's really not okay with that. She'd be better if you was in a group setting. She
Mhm.
doesn't have to come. Like she could be a group setting with you and your friend. Like she doesn't have to be there, but she doesn't want you to be with this individual alone. Would you still go for it, or would you respect her choice and make it like a group setting, or what would you do? How would
I
you
would
how would you deal with that?
I would respect it, but at the same time, I would still question as to why she wouldn't want me to be with the person alone. Because if they're my friend and I've known them and I've talked to them for how many years, it's not like it's just like a new friend that I just came across and made friends with, let's say, like a week or so, and I'm just going out with them frequently. No, I would in that situation, I'd be like, nah, I'm not. I'll respect your wishes and I'll make it in a group setting. But if it's someone I've known for years, then no, I'm gonna continue to go out there and go and chill with that person just one on one if that's what they would prefer. If they want it to be in a group setting, then okay, then we'll be in a group setting. But I'm not gonna change that.
See, I hear your point. However, I feel like for me personally, I will be like I understand where she's coming from, like her being like obviously my partner. But what I like my main point would be like, okay, why is this friend
Yeah,
insistent on the fact that we hang out alone and not in a group setting?
yeah,
That's how I would feel. I personally, again, every time we talk on the podcast, this is just based on how we feel personally. So I can't speak for obviously all the guys out there, and even Nash and myself, sometimes we don't agree. Like in this point, for example, I don't think like I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't go out and hang out with a female friend only because I wouldn't want my girl to do the same thing. And the reason being is because I don't think there's anything like there's no reason for you guys to be alone. Like what can you do? What can't you do alone that you can do in a group setting is what I'm saying.
But what if it's like if the conversations that you guys have had like previously leading up to this like, encounter that you guys are gonna have is where you guys just talk about something that's personal and you guys usually need to talk about it in person rather than talking about it in a group setting.
But what if the girl tells you, "Oh, like don't bring your girl"? Like say, because I wouldn't like me. I wouldn't feel like I understand what you're saying. I understand that maybe she wants to talk to you because you're her well, like, you're her closest friend, and there's stuff that she doesn't want to
Just isn't willing to
share.
share. Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I also have to respect what my partner is saying, and I put myself in the situation. If I'm like, let's like think, because like say you're talking to your girl, right? And whatever, you're chilling with your girl, this and that, and she tells you, "Hey, I'm going out tonight with this person and this and that." That brings me to my next point. Before I continue with this, do you think it matters? Do you think it matters what day? Not what day. Sorry, what time of day you meet with this person, or do you think that's irrelevant?
Well, it all depends because we're all working and we all have busy schedules. So it could depend on if a we say I work late and the person works like early in the morning, right? And the only time that we could meet up is like say around 10 o'clock. And it's just like to get coffee or something like that and just talk or like go for like a walk or something like that. Like that shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Like
See,
I feel like
but
that should be okay. It's not like
yes.
there's there's nothing else really going on there with that, from my standpoint at least.
So back to what I was saying, like I feel like I will put myself in the situation, and like you know how we are. It's like sometimes like us man. I'm talking about like you and myself, not because we know each other very well. I'm talking about like that point where it's like, hey, you're hanging out with your girl, and she always tells you, hey, by the way, I'm gonna hang out with so and so. Then you ask, oh, okay, like who's going, this and that, like just regular questions. Not like you're pressing her, you're just asking regular questions, right? And she tells you, oh no, it's just us two. We're just gonna go out and grab like some coffee or whatever. Just go for a drive or go for a walk or something.
If I hear like drinks involved,
No,
then
I'm
I'm
not talking.
gonna be
I'm
yeah,
not talking
yeah,
about
I know.
alcohol though.
Yeah, I know. But like if
But
there's drinks involved, then I'm gonna be like asking like why do you have to meet up with this person like at this time and then go for drinks? You could have just done that in like a group setting.
yeah, no, I hear you. I agree on that. But at the same time, I'm like, if she tells me that, she tells me, hey, I'm gonna hang out with this guy. I'll be like, wait, what? Like, why? And she tells me, oh, he wants to talk to me about certain things. Like for me, like my main question would be like, why you? Like, yes, maybe you guys are good friends. I understand that, but why does he have to talk to you alone and not in a group setting? Okay, fine, he's not comfortable with that. I understand that, but does he not have any friends of his own? Like, because at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, like let's be honest, right?
Well, we all
Like
know that like for me, right? Well, for me and you, like we both know that we can't really go to anyone to just go and say, hey, like we're just gonna go and apologize to them. Well, not really to apologize, but like talk to them about personal things. We're gonna talk to each other about it rather than going to like someone that we've possibly have known for years, but just feel more comfortable talking to each other about it.
well,
Like,
it raises the question of like obviously like you and your girl, right? Like she at the end of the day, your girlfriend is supposed to be your best female friend, if that makes sense, and vice versa, right? That means that yes, you might have good friends outside, but at the end of the day, like you can't say, oh, she's my best friend, and then your girl will tell you, no, I'm your girl, like best friend, like we're together for a reason. And it's like it's not that I don't want to get her pissed because it creates a fight. At the end of the day, I don't care. Like if I stand by something and she doesn't agree, and if it creates a fight, then so be it. But when it comes to stuff like this, I don't think it's okay. That's just me personally. I don't think that's wrong because I'm not here to judge, but I don't think that if your girl or guy tell you, hey, like I'm not okay with that, like this and that, and they have like points, and at the end of the day, even if they don't have a point, like a valid point, at the end of the day, they're your partner, and you have to respect whatever they say. That does not mean that you have to do whatever they say, but you do have to respect it. Me, on the other hand, though, like I wouldn't want to do like it's not like what's it called? I don't want to do to her what I don't want her to do to me.
Mhm.
So that's the only reason why I wouldn't do it because I would picture myself in that situation. I'd be like, you know where like you're right. I don't like I'm not okay with that if you were the one telling me this. So I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because if they're okay with it, right? With you going out with like your friend like late at night and going and talking about or doing whatever, but then when it comes to her turn to go out and do that stuff, she's just like, "Oh, why are you pressing me on the matter when I wasn't pressing you on that matter in the first place? Like I was okay with it, but how come you're not okay
Exactly.
with it, right?"
Exactly. Exactly. And see, and that creates an argument. Because then
Exactly.
she'd be like, well, I didn't talk anything when you want to do it, but now I want to do it. So then what? But
Mhm.
and like yo, let's be honest, like you and me, like when it comes to stuff like that, we're hotheads. Like, bro, we just get mad for everything.
No, 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 no.
Of
I
yes,
don't, I
bro.
don't.
When we're not having it, we get mad over anything. Like we're stubborn. I don't care. I'll say it, I'm stubborn.
I am stubborn, yes, but it's to a degree. Like it's not to like where I'm just gonna go and like act out. No.
Oh no, okay, no, that's just that's a different level. That's disrespectful. I'm talking about like stubborn, meaning like not childish,
But
but
like
like just
you won't take no for like an answer. Not
yeah.
really,
But I
but
didn't
like
not
you're
really
not
because
gonna
I
let
still
them
respect
do
what she
what
has
they
to
want.
say,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna control them either. I'm gonna say, well, at the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever you want to do, but even if you do go out to do it, you're gonna have me in your mindset, like, and you'll know that I'm gonna be at home or wherever, feeling like it's not okay. So it goes both ways, right? Like that's for me. Like that's one thing that I stand by. Everything goes both ways. Like everything, like you need to have that level of respect, and just how much I respect you, that's how much you should be respecting me. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, that's how it works. I'm not gonna act on it, and I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna jeopardize my relationship. That's just dumb. Like I'm not gonna act up because I'm not, bro. We're not teenagers. Like I don't think we're adults. Like it is what it is. I'm a peace of mind though because I tell her, hey, I'm not okay with this. She can take that however the way she wants, but that's just it. That at the end of the day, if I'm not okay with it, that's it. There's no way to convince me. That's what I mean by I'm stubborn. Like I stand by what I believe
Yeah,
in. That's it.
yeah, I do the same thing. Like there's no like me saying, "Oh, like you know what, like you do have a point." Like I'll listen to it, but if I say something, I'm not gonna take my word back on it. Like go back on my word on it and say, "Hey, like maybe you're all right." Like you know what, forget it, it's fine. Like no, I'm just gonna continue going on with it. Like if I know what I said is true, it's true. Then there's no way that you can change my mind.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all have different way of thinking, and that's just it. Like if we don't stand by what we want and what we believe in, then who will? But do you have anything else to add, Nash?
Um, just be just be open minded to what your partner has to say, and don't judge a book by its cover just based on how you may have met the person the first time or a couple of times. Like, be willing to talk to the person instead of just judging them right off the bat because you don't know them, you don't know what they've been through, and just because your partner is friends with this person and you think that they have other intentions doesn't mean that you can just go based off of that. And yeah,
However, if like this is
however,
for everybody out there, if you're uncomfortable with something, say it. Don't keep it inside because then you will blow up, and then she'll be like, well, or he, they'll be like, wait, how come you never say anything sooner?
That is
Nah.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Speak your mind. If you're not okay with it, say. I'm the type. I don't care. I'll say here. I'll say face to face. That's just who I am. No filter. I don't care. This is how I feel. Obviously, this is what's good about this because not like you get 2 points of view. Even if I don't agree with Nash, at the end of the day,
That's what this
he's
podcast is about.
speaking right.
you know?
He's speaking what he believes in, and so am I. So that's it for this episode. Please send us questions, send us topics that you guys want to hear. Tell us if you guys want us to spend more time on certain ones. I know sometimes we spend more time on others, so just let us know what you guys what if you guys want to hear more of different things. Like the videos on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, send us questions on Instagram, or comment down below on YouTube as well. Follow us on Spotify, and yeah, hopefully Akeem can be back in the next upcoming episodes. But yeah, once again, it's been your host Andres,
I'm Nash.
and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.